Just to let you know, the former president is on his way. He should be here in about 12 minutes or so. And then immediately thereafter, we will commence the program. Thank you for your patience.
Good morning, one and all. We have the esteemed chief guest and the guest of honors who have just arrived, and we'll be starting in a couple of minutes. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, members of the Institute, professional colleagues present here, and the ones attending the conference virtually. Welcome to the ICSI Middle East Conference 2025 on the theme Good Governance Empowering Capital Markets. My name is CS Ronak Bhutra, and it is my absolute honor and privilege to have all our guests and invite them to this international conference. To start with, we have our honorable chief guest, Sri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India, and our guest of honors, Mr. Satish Kumar Sivan, Consulate General of India, Dubai, Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al Qasim, Assistant Undersecretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE, His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director, Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, Senior Vice President, Investcorp. Can I now request you all to please rise for the national anthems of UAE and India? UAE first, followed by India. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as an institution established to regulate and develop the company secretary profession, the ICSI has always believed in inculcating the core values of ethics and integrity in all its stakeholders. Our motto, Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara, which means speak the truth and abide by the law, inspires us to tread this path. May I now please request you all to kindly stand up for the ICSI motto song.
उम्मीद के अंबर में हम बनके खिले जो रोशनी, कह देंगे हम संसार को कोई लक्ष्य नामुमकिन नहीं। ज्ञान के और न्याय के हर राह को थामे हुए चल पड़े झूम कर बस गीतिए गाते हुए। सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर। कदमों की हर एक गूंज में बस जीत का एहसास हो, राष्ट्र प्रगति पथ पे हो और आत्मबल की आस हो। जब भी चले इस भाव से खुलते गए हैं रास्ते, आवाज हमने दिल से दी है गीत ये गाते हुए। सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर, सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर, सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर। हर उन्नति के रंग में हर भारतीय हाथ हो, उद्यम हो या उद्योग हो, हर ओर अपना साथ हो। जाना शिखर तक है हमें कच्छ की तलाई थाम कर, हम जीत के सुर छेड़ेंगे ये गाते हुए। सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर, सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर, सत्यम भगत धर्मम चर।
Thank you. We will now have the felicitation of our chief guest and guest of honors. I would now request our President ICSI to kindly greet our chief guest with the ICSI planter, Angavastram and the memento. Shri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India. Can I now request Mr. Raghvendra Verma, Chairman of the ICSI Middle East Chapter, to kindly felicitate Mr. Satish Kumar Sivan, Consulate General of India, Dubai, with the planter Angavastram and the memento. Can I now request Raghavendra Verma to kindly facilitate Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al Qasim, Assistant Under Secretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE. Can I now request Mr. Lakshmanan, former chairman of ICSI Middle East NPIO, to kindly felicitate His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director, Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Can I now request Mr. Ashish Mohan, Secretary ICSI, to kindly felicitate His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, former Minister of Environment and Health, UAE, and Senior Vice President, Invesco. Thank you. As you are aware, this conference is set on the theme Good Governance, Empowering Capital Markets. On that note, I would now request Mr. Raghavendra Verma, Chairman of the ICSI Middle East DIFC NPIO, to give his welcome address.
Thanks, Ronak. Our chief guest, Honorable former President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind ji. Guest of honor, Mr. Satish Kumar Siwan, Consulate General of India in Dubai. Her Highness, Dr. Maria Hanif Al Qasim, Assistant Under Secretary of Economic Policy and Study, Ministry of Economy, UAE. His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, President of ICSI, Mr. Dhananjay Shukla, Secretary of ICSI, Mr. Ashish Mohan, Council Member of ICSI, esteemed Speaker, colleagues, delegates, and friends. A very warm welcome to all of you to the ICSI Middle East Conference 2025. It is both an honor and privilege to host this gathering under the theme Good Governance, Empowering the Capital Market. We are deeply grateful to our esteemed chief guests and dignitary for gracing us with their presence. The Institute of the Company Secretary of India has long been a pioneer in advancing the principle of sound corporate governance. Company secretary are uniquely trained professional, custodian of ethics, transparency, and accountability, who play a critical role in embedding robust corporate governance within the organization. Today, we stand at a significant juncture in India and UAE economic partnership. The CEPA has not only deepened bilateral relationship, but also propelled trade between the two nations to USD 83.7 billion by the end of the financial year 2024, with non-oil trading alone touching USD 57.8 billion. Notably, entrepreneurs now represent over 30% of Dubai thriving startups ecosystem. This dynamic growth presents a tremendous opportunity for the company secretaries to support this business in implementing a strong governance framework, ensuring sustainable and compliant growth across the region. Further, the GCC region has witnessed an unprecedented surge in IPO activity. 53 listings raising USD 13.2 billion in 2024 alone. The UAE led in the terms of proceed, contributing nearly 47% of total GCC IPO capital. With 6 to 8 IPO expected this year, potential proceed reaching a USD 10 billion. The expertise of the company secretary in IPO management, regulatory compliances, and the corporate governance has never been more crucial. This context inspired the theme of our conference. The role of good governance in deepening investor confidence and building resilient capital market cannot be overstated. When we hosted its first overseas conference in UAE in the year 2022, the theme was sustainable diversity and inclusion. Today, we are proud to say that ICSI Middle East chapter reflects this value not only in the thought and in practice. Women represent 33% of the governing council. And our leadership has spanned every region of India, embodying our true diversity. Over the next 2 days, we will hear from a galaxy of distinguished speaker, leader, expert who have kindly accepted our invitation at very short notice to share their wisdom and vision. With this word, I thank each one of you for your presence and participation. My special thanks to Mr. Kamal Narayan Omar, the chairman of ISW, being instrumental to bringing our chief guest in UAE. I look forward to insightful deliberation that will shape the future of governance and the capital market across the region and beyond. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Raghavendra, for setting the tone of the conference. May I now request President ICSI, CS Dhananjay Shukla ji, to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning to one and all. Our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovind, Honorable former President of India. Our guest of honor, Sri Satish Kumar Sivan ji, Consul General, Consulate General of India, Dubai. Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al Qasim, Assistant Under Secretary, Ministry of Economy. His Excellency Mr. Mirza Hussain Al Saeg, Director, His Highness Sheikh Hamadan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, from his office. His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Saeed Al Kindi, Senior Vice President, Investcorp. My council colleagues, CS Suresh Pandey, CS R. Binket Ramna, former President Mehta Saab, Atul Mehta Saab, CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary ICSI, our distinguished speakers who will be leading the way over the course of this conference, our delegates who have joined here in person and also through the virtual mode. A very warm welcome to each one of you, and our sincere gratitude for joining in this conference in person and also through virtual mode at the ICSI Middle East Conference 2025. भारतीय कंपनी सचिव संस्थान की तरफ से यहाँ दुबई में हम सबका, आप सबका माननीय महामहिम कोविंद साहब का और सभी गणमान्य अतिथियों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन और स्वागत करते हैं। एक बार जोरदार तालियों से माननीय मुख्य अतिथि और सबका स्वागत करें। In India, we have a Sanskrit sloka for every moment. The one that is fits here today, samani va akutihi samana hridayaniva, samanam mastu o mano yatha va susahasati. United be your purpose, harmonious be your feelings, collected be your mind. In the same way as all the various aspects of the universe exist in the togetherness, wholeness. As we begin yet another Middle East conference jointly with our host ICSI Middle East NPIO, the memories of the past 6 years come rushing by. It is always a proud fact to mention that ICSI Middle East DIFC NPIO is the first overseas center set up by the ICSI, and for that I am grateful to both the authority here as well as the team who has been working so diligently. And I would especially like to highlight the name of Sri Raghavendra Burma, Chairman NPIO, and our immediate former Chairman Lakshman Saha for his meticulous efforts for organizing this conference. I'd also like to highlight the name of Ms. Preeti Kaushik Banerjee, Joint Secretary ICSI International Affairs, for her meticulous efforts. The first international conference of Overseas Center was held in this nation on the theme innovation, theme ICSI itself, and the theme stood for innovation, compliance, sustainability, inclusion. Thereafter, each year has been equally eventful. The first corporate tax conference was organized here. Last year, we launched the ICSI Middle East Conference on the theme Responsible Investment for a Sustainable Future. And this year, we begin our international journey with this nation once again with the ICSI Middle East Conference 2025. Both of these conferences have been centered upon topics of investment capital markets, and the reason behind the same can be attributed to the very qualities imbibed and the culture exuberated by the UAE. The mission of the nation to establish a sustainable platform for the advancement of technology, trade and human capital, which will ultimately generate a positive impact. Being an amazing investment hub, it makes it the perfect place to raise these deliberations. The theme for this year, Good Governance Empowering Capital Market, has been a choice made after a lot of deliberation. Both good governance and capital markets are matters of global discussion. On the matter of good governance, which is a part of this year's theme, I will quote Honorable Kovindji, the Honorable former President of India, from his address delivered at the 51st Foundation Day of ICSI on 4th of October 2019 at Delhi. I quote, "The concept of corporate governance is complex, but the principles on which it is based are clear and well marked. Transparency, accountability, integrity, and fairness are its four pillars. An efficient, fair, and just corporate governance system forms a key component of our nation building matrix," unquote. And with that, he also placed immense trust in the profession with his words that your responsibility is to determine how these principles are put into practice. That for us as an entire brigade of professionals has been both inspiring and motivating. Friends, all of us have at some point or the other been connected to the capital markets. Two factors that define capital market the world over are, first, they are dynamical, and second, they are an ever expanding shareholders base. But what is really amazing about this market is that all the players, be it regulators, or stock exchanges, or corporates, or professionals, or the investors, all of us adjust to the new circumstances as and when the need arises. And when we talk of this empowerment, the first and foremost key player becomes the regulatory authorities. A role that is well played by Securities and Exchange Board of India and the Securities and Commodities Authority in UAE. Both of them believe in the vision of creating reliable, competitive and sustainable investment environments in the capital market. However, amidst the regulatory authorities and investors, there is a host of other market participants, and the link that connects them, all of us, is a governance professionals, company secretaries. The markets have always solicited and the presence of well-read men and women professionals such as yourself to play a dual role. First, to guide the corporates in effective compliance of the laws and to live up to the expectation of the authorities. Second, to bring to the board the best interest of the stakeholders. This twofold responsibility can be accomplished only with the dedicated efforts of professionals who take pride in calling themselves compliance experts and who have been recognized by the law as key managerial personnel, the company secretary. When we talk of altering dynamics or changing scenarios, one thing that has become the need of the hour is to undertake our investment responsibly. And I would like to highlight that here at Abu Dhabi itself, last year, ICSI came up with one publication, Responsible Investment. I would like to highlight a couple of ICSI investment initiatives. As an institution, it is our constant attempt to empower all market players where the matter of securities market is concerned. We have been hosting the capital market weeks for decades in collaboration with stock exchange and various regulators in India. I am glad to share of our joint investor awareness programs in collaboration with the IEPF, Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, functioning under the aegis of Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. The ICSI recently launched the stewardship code, as I mentioned, which is a leap of faith towards sustainable future, standardizing practices investment entities. As ICSI, our ultimate aim is to achieve the ICSI vision to be a global leader in promoting good corporate governance. But the roots of governance are found in boardrooms, from where it shoots into the entire organization. Thus, it would not be an exaggeration to mention that professionals of our brigade have a huge responsibility on their shoulders to steer those board meetings with a sensitized approach, which is all inclusive as regards the needs of their stakeholders. We believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, means the world is our family, and any discussion on matters of governance stem from this fact only. And it is for the reason that the Institute of Company Secretaries of India has been sprawling its presence beyond the home country. As India is trying to strengthen its ties with other nations, work in unison and pursue growth and development for all. The ICSI too is aiming good governance for all. And what better way than to aim at strengthening the financial roots, the capital market of the nations. I would like to close my remarks with the words of our chief guest, Honorable Sri Kovindji, Honorable former President of India, for it is words of appreciation and expectation that have alighted our way. Company secretaries have played a seminal role in the development and growth of India. We are indeed proud of your contribution, hard work and success. Company secretaries are the custodians of the interest of shareholders, investors and people at large. Unquote. Sir, we assure you that we will continue our attempts and initiative towards strengthening the governance framework of the corporates and the nation. With this, I once again welcome you all and hope that this conference of the 2 days will be very much inspiring, fruitful, and enriching for all of us. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dhananjay, for your encouraging words and for bringing the Middle East conference again to Dubai. Now we have the e-launch of the ICSI certificate course on UAE Business Manager at the hands of our chief guest and the guest of honors. But before that, just a glimpse of what this course is all about to empower our professionals for global business leadership. The certificate course on UAE Business Manager is a specialized program designed to equip professionals with comprehensive knowledge and practical skills to operate effectively in the dynamic business environment of the UAE. As the UAE continues to establish itself as a strategic global hub for trade, finance, and innovation, there is a growing demand for skilled professionals who understand the region's legal, regulatory, and business frameworks. This course aims to build the capacity of professionals, particularly company secretaries and compliance experts, to confidently take up managerial and leadership roles in the UAE and across the Gulf region. With that, can we have the e-launch, please? Thank you. Can I now request His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, former Minister of UAE Portfolio and Senior Vice President Investcorp, to kindly address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Former President of India, Shri Ram Nath Kovind, Your Excellency, Honorable guest, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honor to be here this morning at this highly anticipated second ICSI Middle East Conference 2025. To be organized by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. In this occasion, I have the privilege to extend my greeting to all of you present here. I understand that the theme of this conference is good governance, empowering capital market, which is particularly relevant in today's complex and dynamic global economy. This gathering will provide an opportunity to professionals from across the globe to discuss and deliberate upon various critical global issues connected with corporate governance and explore business partnership and collaboration. This mission of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India is to build qualified professionals with high caliber to ensure good corporate governance. In this auspicious occasion, I would like to thank the visionary leaders of both the United Arab Emirates and India. Both countries enjoy strong bond of friendship based on a gold cultural trades, religious and economic tie that extended through several generations of families. The United Arab Emirates has made a remarkable gain over the last 54 years under the leadership of our visionary leader and expanding opportunity in different walks of life, mainly educational, healthcare, cultural, and economic aspects. And of course, the United Arab Emirates has been identified by India as a key partner in vast and varied field. The United Arab Emirates relation with India is being enhanced now in new magnitude and diminution. As we gathered here today, I am reminded of the United Arab Emirates' commitment to fostering a robust and sustainable business environment. Our great leadership has implemented various initiatives to promote good governance, transparency, and accountability in both public and private sectors. I am particularly delighted to share this platform with you, Excellency Shri Ram Nath, Honorable former President of India, is present here today underscores the significance of this conference and the importance of collective effort of shaping a better future for our economic and society. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your presence here. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to the ICSI for organizing through provoking conference in Dubai. I am confident that the discussion and recommendation emerging from this conference will provide valuable insight and practical guidance for policymakers, regulator, and corporate leaders. I wish you all productive and enriching experience, and I look forward to the outcome of this conference. Thank you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for stressing on the importance of good corporate governance and encouraging all the company secretaries here. Now, can I please request His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director, Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, to address the gathering.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, Mr. Govind, the organizers, Your Excellency, Mariam, friends, led by our doyen friend, Mr. Wasu Shraf, all my friends here in the hall, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. 1 week ago, just 1 week ago, our beloved Crown Prince of Dubai and Minister of Defense, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has finalized his first tour of the beautiful India. Started with New Delhi, and of course, did not forget to touch in, and allow me to say it, Bombay. We all require to learn that Bombay is the town where we all cherished and loved and lived and worked and got hospitalized and everything. Coupled with New Delhi or Calicut or even Hyderabad, the number of agreements, contracts that our beloved Crown Prince has accomplished during his stay was really remarkable. Your Excellency, we are still learning from you. We are still learning. We have just finished our 53 years of age. I remember in 1972, when the whole country was willing to respect and accept and receive one person coming from New Delhi. That was Swaran Singh. We were all ready for him. Swaran Singh's visit not only represented a recognition of the new state, but also he concluded some agreements to start up some industries and trade relationships that have been renewed, this time with New Delhi and Madras and Hyderabad and Bangalore, not only with Bombay. So, this type of relationship that has existed, and I recall, maybe some old people like Mr. Wasu can tell us, goes back to 1930. 1930, where this beloved family of Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family, Al Maktoum family, Al Nahyan family, Al Qasimi family, Al Nahyan family they all cherished what India means to our country. I always tell the people who come from New Delhi or Bombay as visitors, and they sit on this chair listening to some speeches. When they ask me to speak, I say, let me talk to our chief guest and say to him one message. You ask me about the progress and development of United Arab Emirates. Let me answer you now. The secret is actually behind you, the people who are sitting behind. This kind of relationship, which goes back in the history, or written history, I would say, maybe longer than that, should be supported, should be evaluated, should be increased. I remember in 73, where we had faced with problem of water desalination in the country, to which we needed some sulfuric acid. And that sulfuric acid was produced in Madras. So I flew to Madras. I met the minister and the chairman of the company, of the fertilizer company or refinery. And they said, I explained the problem. They said, all our production should go to UAE. That salvaged a problem of water desalination at that time. And since then, these kind of reciprocal, friendly steps that have been motivated have to be supported and increased. Now, thanks to the organizer of such a conference, which will shed light on the emergence markets. But let's remember one thing. UAE, India, should be the cornerstone of any development process in the country. Whether it is Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bangalore, India, Bangalore or Tamil Nadu or everywhere. Even at the end of the continent in Kanyakumari in Kerala. Correct? Even there, relationship should be done. I don't need to take a long time, but I just want you to take a message home with you, Your Excellency. Please remember that you have friends in UAE that will work closely with you in order to have this kind of mutual interest and mutual development of both countries. We are already members in BRICS. The certain development in the world today actually force us to be together, regardless of what's happening outside. We are in a region that is very, very, very important to the world. I always say that Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Mumbai, New Delhi, they should be really the hub of this kind of progress. Let's remember, India came to our rescue in 1972 when Swaran Singh came. That continued until the last visit of our beloved Crown Prince last week. And I'm sure that the visits will continue. The visits will continue, and the relationship between our beloved President and beloved Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, should continue forever. Forever. Sheikh Hamdan's visit has broken all the protocol. No protocol between friends. That led to the signing of these agreements, to enhancement of the progress both in UAE and in India for mutual benefit. Again, thanks for the organizers. Thanks for the guests. Your Excellency, you have graced our occasion here. We are so glad. And it is Friday, which is a holiday, which means that you are a blessing to us.
Thank you so much, sir. It was lovely listening to you, and you walking us through the India-UAE history itself is so unbelievable, and hopefully, as you said, the relationship keeps growing and will grow. Can I now request Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al-Qasim, Assistant Undersecretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE, to kindly address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning. Esteemed Honorable Mr. Sri Ram Nath Kovind, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here representing the UAE Ministry of Economy in this very important event, the second installment, as I understand it, of this conference in the UAE and targeting the Middle East more broadly. Although I'm a historian by background, specializing in trade, UAE relations, specifically trade, going back to the 19th century, even with my theoretical background, I cannot even attempt to top Mr. Mirza Saig's account of the historical ties between the UAE and India. But given that I am here representing the Ministry of Economy, there will inevitably be a lot of numbers, specifically about the UAE and the progress we've made up to date, and the opportunities this unlocks for an increased collaboration between India and the UAE in different domains, but more specifically in economy and trade. So as I said, I'm very privileged to be in this conference that's titled Good Governance, Empowering Capital Markets. I stand today before a great number of visionaries, of policymakers and thought leaders who are shaping the future of global finance with integrity, innovation, and purpose. I'd like to start by thanking the organizers for hosting me, for making time for me in this very busy and exciting agenda. Thank you. This gathering is one of many that gives a clear indication of our shared aspirations in the UAE and in India to engage in such discussions that collectively foster global economic growth. At the heart of every resilient and inclusive capital market lies one foundational principle: good governance. It's the bedrock upon which investor confidence is built, sustainable growth pursued, and market integrity preserved. In the UAE, as I'm sure many of you know, we have long recognized that robust governance is not simply a compliance requirement, but is a strategic enabler that unlocks trust, attracts capital, and powers transformation. So I'd like to take this opportunity, as I mentioned, to take you through what the UAE brings to the table and into this very important mix. Today, our country is currently undergoing a remarkable economic transformation. With over 75% of our GDP now derived from non-oil sectors, we are rapidly evolving into a knowledge-based, innovative-driven economy. Strategic economic visions such as the UAE Centennial for 2071, as well as We Are the UAE 2031 vision, underscore our commitment to long-term sustainable development. And as a result of these concerted national efforts and the adoption of bold economic reforms over the past 4 years, chief among them the many economic comprehensive trade agreements that we have signed with a number of countries, the most important of which is with India. These efforts continue to demonstrate robust economic growth, with the latest real GDP growth estimates by the IMF pointing to 4% growth in 2025. The IMF anticipates that the UAE's economic growth in this year will be the highest in the Middle East, and this reflects the strength of its economic policies and ongoing diversification efforts. This can only be achieved through our constant work on fostering a business-friendly environment, streamlining regulations, pro-business policies, and offering strong intellectual property protection, all of which are things that sit at the core of the Ministry of Economy's mandate. One major milestone in this direction, as many of you will know, is the recent change to our commercial companies law, which now allows for 100% foreign ownership in many sectors in different companies. Apart from that, the UAE is home to several specialized free zones and industrial parks, coupled with initiatives like the Golden Visa, which has significantly boosted its attractiveness to global investors. In addition, we have signed more than 140 double taxation agreements and are actively expanding this global network of tax agreements, fostering a competitive business environment while enhancing economic collaboration with international partners. Ladies and gentlemen, in an era of rapid economic shifts and technological transformation, the role of governance in shaping resilient, transparent, and inclusive capital markets have never been more crucial. Today, we come together not only to explore best practices, but to forge collaborative paths toward stronger institutions, greater investors' confidence, and sustainable economic growth. It is governance that builds trust, ensures accountability, and enables long-term value creation. Good governance requires commitment. It requires insight, innovation, and cooperation among regulators, corporations, and all key stakeholders shaping the dynamics of global markets. Today's conference is a timely and vital platform to explore how governance can evolve in tandem with the dynamic forces shaping our markets, particularly what we witness today on a global scale. Our discussions in this important conference will highlight topics that are deeply relevant to the transformation taking place in the UAE as well as across different emerging markets and around the world. Through our forward-thinking regulatory frameworks, the UAE remains committed to fostering vibrant, transparent, and sustainable capital markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the UAE is renowned globally for making the impossible possible by championing the spirit of innovation and perseverance, a value that we share with our counterparts in India. The UAE is not just a market of 10 million people, it is a gateway to the MENA region, connecting people to a market of over 300 million consumers. So let this conference be more than just a conversation. Let it be a catalyst for change, a moment where knowledge turns into action and intention becomes implementation. I conclude by reiterating the Ministry of Economy's commitment to facilitating your entrepreneurial and investment journeys in our markets. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for not only taking us through the numbers over the years and how it looks like for the UAE in terms of the progress, but also a very important takeaway is, not to just come here for a conversation, but be a catalyst for change. Thank you. Can I now request our guest of honor, Mr. Satish Kumar Sivan, Consulate General of India, Dubai, to address the gathering, please.
His Excellency, the Honorable former President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, Her Excellency, Dr. Maria Hanif Al-Qasim, His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Said, His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Saeed Al Khindi, Shri Dhananjay Shukla, Shri Raghavendra Verma, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a written speech, but after listening to Dr. Mirza Sahib, I'm tempted to go extempore. When you speak from your heart, it always makes an impact. And though I don't dare to compare myself with your eloquence, coming out of years of diplomacy, years of experience rooted in your service to this country and to the India-UAE bilateral relationship, I'm a little diffident. But Excellency, I would catch on to what you were saying about the kind of sentiments that happen, that exist between India and UAE. You looked at Honorable former President and said that you have friends here. I can tell you, you are having 1.4 billion friends across Arabian Sea. And we have loaned 4 million friends here to be available here and support you and service you. This number of Indian diaspora led by icons like Mr. Washu Shroff has grown, has contributed over several decades. In 2012, for example, the Indian diaspora in UAE was 2.2 million. And just in over 12 years, just over a decade, we have progressed to 4.36 million. The Indian diaspora in UAE has doubled. And it's not just doubling of numbers, the impact that this community is having on the economic landscape of this country, the economic landscape in India, and to this India-UAE bilateral corridor is phenomenal. Trade, for example, has almost grown by 50% since the post-COVID years. At the end of COVID, our bilateral trade was 69 billion. As of March 2025, for the financial year 24-25, the bilateral trade has grown to 100 billion. Just to correct your numbers, Mr. Raghavendra Verma. In just 1 year, since 24 to 25, financial year ending March, we have grown $16 billion from 84 billion to $100 billion. Investments is growing. In just 20 months period between April 2023 to December 2024, investments from UAE to India grew by 7 billion. Cumulatively since 2000, we were having 23 billion, but in this 20-month period, we have a 7 billion trade, 7 billion investment from UAE to India. Look at any metric, look at trade, look at investment, look at diaspora, look at the number of companies that is establishing business in UAE. Across Emirates, across the 40 economic zones, which Our Excellency was mentioning, that information that I get is that the biggest investor is Indian-owned companies. The latest statistics from Dubai Chambers say that the cumulative number of Indian businesses investing in Dubai is over 100,000. Just in 2024, we have had 16,000 Indian companies establish their business in Dubai. We are the largest, of course. The more significant point is that we are more than number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 put together. So that is the kind of trust, that is the kind of confidence that Indian businesses have. You said very modestly that you want to learn from India. I think India has a lot to learn from UAE in terms of ease of doing business. And the very fact that you think there is still something for you to learn shows the spirit, and that exactly explains why UAE and Dubai particularly is making the strides that we are seeing them making. So this conference, obviously, and I commend ICSI for choosing Dubai for this Middle East conference. I'm told that Dubai is their first overseas chapter, and I'm sure this is the largest overseas chapter that you have. 600 members? And I'm not surprised. The chartered accountants are about 7,000 people, with over 2,500 registered. Indian professionals across sectors, consultants, doctors, engineers, healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, C-suite professionals, they all find Dubai and UAE to be an ideal place where they can give expression to their talent. That is the kind of receptivity that this country has shown to India. So I'm sure with the high-level leadership's attention, and you rightly mentioned about the visit of His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai to India, this is following a series of things that is happening over the last 10 years. We know that the relationship has been robust over several decades, but particularly in the last 10 years, starting with Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit in 2015, which was the first ever Indian Prime Minister's visit in over 34 years. The last was in 1981. After that, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi came in 2015. After that, the relationship has not looked back. In just the last 20 months, Honorable Prime Minister has visited UAE thrice. His Highness the President of UAE has visited India twice. And going ahead with a generational link, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi visited India last September, and now we had His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai going to India. Wonderful engagements, wonderful interactions, wonderful outcomes, very much in tune with the pace and the trajectory this relationship is witnessing. And I'm sure that as India aspires to become a Viksit Bharat by 2047, and in line with UAE's own vision for 2071, we will be an ideal partner. We will be a partner whose relationship matrix will be a lesson for the whole world to emulate. So thank you very much for all your support, to the support given by the UAE government, to the kindness shown to the Indian community. And I'm so proud of the Indian community, which has reciprocated this kindness with wonderful contributions to UAE economy and to the India-UAE bilateral corridor. So my best wishes to all of you. And I will conclude my speech with one more felicitation to Chartered Company Secretaries Institute, because this is the first time in any professional interaction I have seen so many women in the audience. So this shows that there is a wonderful, natural, not artificial, natural gender equality or gender justice that is being seen. So congratulations to Company Secretaries Institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom, for again taking us through the number of years and the history of UAE-India relationship. And as we all have the visionary leaders here, the relationship will keep growing. Thank you. May I now request our chief guest, Honorable former President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, to kindly address the gathering, please.
Consul General of India in Dubai, Sri Satish Kumar Sivanji, Assistant Under Secretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE, Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif, Director of Office of Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Deputy Ruler of Dubai and UAE Minister of Finance, His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Shaikh, then Senior Vice President of Investcorp and former Minister of Water and Environment, UAE, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, President of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, Sri Dhananjay Shuklaji, Chairman of ICSI Middle East, NPIO, Sri Raghavendra Kumar Vermaji, Chairman of ICSI Middle East, Sri R. Lakshmananji, ICSI members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste, Salam Alaikum. I extend my warm welcome and heartfelt greetings to all of you. I am delighted to be participating in this regional conference of ICSI Middle East organized in collaboration with the Dubai International Financial Center. This conference is envisaged as an opportunity to deliberate about critical issues connected with corporate governance and to explore business partnerships. The ICSI has a shining history. We are here to celebrate its achievements. For over 50 years now, the Institute has nurtured and prepared professionals who have ensured high standards of transparency and competence. The company secretaries trained by the ICSI have truly imbibed the motto of Satyam Vad, Dharmam Char. That is, speak the truth and abide by the law. You have been at the forefront of growth and development, both in India and abroad. You have promoted ethical wealth creation, and you have played and continue to play an important role in nation building. In the last few years, you have also expanded your global presence, and that speaks volumes of how you are effectively connecting the Indian growth story with international actors and stakeholders. Dear friends, we are living in a fast-moving world. We are constantly confronted with new challenges as well as new opportunities. The emergence of next-generation technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning has led to the development of new business models. In such a scenario, regulations have had to catch up to protect individual rights and ensure fair market competition. It is equally important that the fruits of corporate growth percolate down to the community. You must keep these goals in mind as you chart your future course of action. Dear friends, people in the trade and in general often ponder over a basic question: what is a company? It is a term which we use so often that we forget to see the forest for the trees. Yes, a company is a vehicle to earn money. It is an agency for providing goods and services. It is a group of people working together in a workplace. But it is also something profoundly more. Our ancient philosophy talks of Purusharth, the purpose of human life. A company could thus be defined as a vehicle to gain earth without earth means economy, to gain earth without violating dharma. Every single company secretary in this audience is therefore, by the very nature of their job, a practitioner of dharma. By ensuring that a company adheres to the standards of legal and statutory requirements, you promote economic growth, employees' well-being, and ethical wealth creation. Ladies and gentlemen, corporate governance is key to business. Several academics have written research papers and books on this subject. Regulatory bodies have issued multiple guidelines on the topic, and there will still always remain a lot to be done. This is because there will always be new challenges to corporate governance. As new technologies emerge, they being a host of issues with them, today every contract that you draft must involve a confluence of technology and ethics. Questions such as who owns the data, what are the entitlements of employees, how to dispose industrial waste are all issues of corporate governance. Ladies and gentlemen, as economies integrate, we are even more connected to each other. But this interconnectedness brings with it challenges and its ripple effects in times of crisis, as the world saw during the COVID pandemic. Sorry. Every company secretary who made a board meeting happen during the pandemic, we all remember, in the middle of a lockdown, ensured corporate governance of the highest standards. You deserve special accolades for this contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, India is the 5th largest economy in the world. It is soon going to be the 3rd largest. Its youthful demography and an inspiring startup culture are propelling growth and creating unprecedented investment opportunities for our global partners. In such a scenario, you have a vital role to play. A startup may be based on a great idea, has adequate funding, and might even become a market brand. But if it is to truly gain customer confidence, you have to create sustainable assets and cultivate a skilled workforce. It needs a company secretary like you. You have to ensure that every action of a company involves a harmonious confluence of profitability, legality, and morality. Ladies and gentlemen, ICSI opened its first overseas center in UAE. It demonstrates the importance India attaches to its ties with the UAE and with this region. India shares strong historical, cultural, and commercial relations with the Gulf Cooperation Council, that is GCC region. We are aware that the GCC forms one of the most significant trading partners for India, with bilateral trade of over $160 billion last year. There has been a significant flow of investments in both directions too. GCC countries and India are joining hands for a green future and a digitally empowered society. His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai, as His Excellency has already mentioned, he is Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister of UAE, paid his first official visit to India recently. Several new initiatives between our two countries were announced or taken forward: connectivity projects, Bharat Mart, India UAE Friendship Hospital, Dubai campus of IIM Ahmedabad, and campus of Indian Institute of Foreign Trade at Dubai Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is moving at a fast pace towards becoming a Viksit Bharat by 2047. The next 2 decades, what we call Amrit Kal, opens huge opportunities for economic collaboration with our partners such as the UAE and indeed the world at large. We count on the support of ICSI and Dubai International Financial Center in our spirited efforts. And as you play your part, I wish your efforts lead to ethical value creation for your companies, good governance for the country, and sustainable development for the planet. Friends, lastly, I can't stop myself in appreciating many memories which His Excellency Mr. Mirza Hussain shared, where he had stayed in India for quite a long time, and he has, I think, he knows every city of India. And you see, Your Excellency, it was nice on your part that you also highlighted our bilateral ties between the 2 countries, and we Indians and UAE are really brothers and friends. And in fact, when I came to this region, I wanted to meet His Excellency, the President of UAE. I had made a request, and just now I was informed that he has agreed to meet me this evening. So it will be a pleasure for me to discuss bilateral ties between India and UAE. And I thank him, rather express my happiness, because he agreed to send his royal plane to fetch me and then have a meeting, and then in the evening to attend my another event. I will be in Dubai. So thank you, gentlemen, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. And as he said, corporate governance is key to business, and company secretaries are the torchbearers of corporate governance. And with the heights that both these countries aspire to achieve, the role of company secretaries becomes as crucial as ever. On that note, can I please request CS Ashish Mohan to kindly come and address his vote of thanks. He is the Secretary of ICSI. Thank you.
Good afternoon. His Excellency, Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovindji, former President of India, Mr. Satish Kumar Shivan, Consulate General of India, Dubai, Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al-Kazim, Assistant Under Secretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE, His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director, Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, Senior Vice President Invesco, CS Dhananjay Shukla, President ICSI, CS Suresh Pandey, Council Member, CS R. Venkatramana, Council Members, former President CS Atul Mehtaji, esteemed Council Members who have joined us virtually, CS Ragendra Kumar Verma, Chairman, ICSI Middle East in PIO, Sri CS R. Lakshmananji, founding members of ICSI Middle East, NPIO distinguished guests, proud members, students, virtual delegates, and team ICSI. It is with immense pride and deep gratitude that I stand before this distinguished assembly on the revered occasion of ICSI Middle East Conference 2025 on the theme Good Governance, Empowering Capital Markets. Ladies and gentlemen, in the current era driven by digital transformation, ESG imperatives, and global economic shifts, the theme for the conference highlights the critical role of transparency, ethical stewardship, and resilient governance in building investor confidence and future-ready financial ecosystems. Good governance is not merely a regulatory obligation, but the very foundation upon which the thriving, resilient, and trustworthy capital markets are built. A robust compliance framework is no longer a choice, but a necessity for maintaining sustained investor assurance and enable seamless capital flow. As company secretaries, we are uniquely positioned to be the torch bearers of this governance revolution. At ICSI, we remain committed to strengthening the ecosystem by empowering professionals with knowledge, tools, and ethical compass needed to uphold the integrity in boardrooms and beyond. Let us carry forward the learnings of this conference to ensure that governance is not only practiced but deeply ingrained, paving the way for capital markets that are inclusive, credible, and globally competitive. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to present this vote of thanks on this momentous occasion on behalf of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, His Excellency Honorable former President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, for honoring this conference with his presence and sharing his motivational remarks. Honorable former President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, has upheld the dignity of the highest constitutional office with humility and integrity, a strong persona who has always been a strong voice for justice, education, and progress. So your insights not just enhanced this event, but added immense value to it. Thank you, Your Excellency. I also place on record my sincere thanks to our guest of honors, Shri Satish Kumar Shivan, Consulate General of India, Dubai, Her Excellency Dr. Maria Hanif Al-Kazim, Assistant Under Secretary of Economic Policies and Studies, Ministry of Economy, UAE, His Excellency Mirza Hussain Al Saeed, Director Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Saeed Al Kindi, Senior Vice President, Invesco, whose expertise and perspectives have enriched all our understanding here. Thank you, Your Excellencies. And I must mention that we are also proud of the fact that, sir, that our members, 50% of our members are women members. My deep appreciation to the speakers who would be sharing the invaluable insights in our forthcoming sessions spanning the 2 days. I thank you all for adding to the grandeur of the conference. With the growing emphasis on finance and growing governance in India and UAE, hosting a conference here allows for meaningful dialogue among diverse stakeholders and provides a platform to foster partnerships across sectors and borders. I thank the Dubai financial markets for extending their wholehearted support in arranging the study tour yesterday, and to the Sharaf Group for facilitating the transport service for the study tour and the city tour. An event of such magnitude, dear members, could not have happened without a great leadership at the helm. I thank CS Dhananjay Shukla, President ICSI, and the entire council members for this endeavor. I must also thank our knowledge partner, Service Export Promotion Council India. I take this opportunity to express our gratitude to the sponsors, Adil Zone Corporate Services LLC, Board Pack, Barjil Geojit, Financial Services, Legacy Partners, Oasis Global Society, and Planet One Group for their collaboration and generous patronage. I acknowledge the support of our media partner, the law reporters. Thank you for covering the 2 days of this conference. A special thanks to Ronak for navigating this morning. A special mention for all of our highly motivated and dedicated team in UAE and in India. Your contribution, both seen and unseen, are the backbone of this conference and underscores the vibrant spirit that defines the ICSI. Thank you, Team ICSI Middle East, NPIO, and Team ICSI for working day in and day out to put this grand conference together. And finally, a big shout out and our collective gratitude to you, the participants, for being a part of this memorable event. Let us all carry forward the knowledge, inspiration, and connections that we gain from this conference. May we continue to strive for excellence and uphold the values that bind us together. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashiji. Can I now request everybody to rise and observe a 1-minute silence to remember the lives that we lost in a barbaric attack in Pahalgam, to express our support and solidarity with the families who lost their close ones. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Can I now request the NPIO founding members team and the council members, Mr. Venkat Raman, Mr. Suresh Pandey, and Mrs. Preeti Kaushik, to kindly come for a group photo. Can I now request everybody to rise for the national anthem of India?
नमस्ते नमस्ते कैसे हैं लक्ष्मण जी and your colleague Verma, very good.
Yeah. Can I